Hi everyone, I am Ron, and today we are diving into Freedcamp, a powerful free project management tool designed to help you streamline workflows, manage projects, and collaborate with your team. Whether you're new to project management or just exploring alternatives to pay tool, this video will show you how to get started. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Simply just go to Google, search for Freedcamp Project Management. Click on this first link here. This is the official website. For those who don't know what is Freedcamp, say it's a free project management tool that combines task management, collaboration, file sharing into a single platform with features like Gantt chart, time tracking, and integrations. Of Freedcamp makes it easy to organize project, track, and complete your progress and work efficiently with your team. So once you're here, just go and select sign up with a Google or simply enter your any email address which is active and just go with a Google because it's easy and seamless to make an account here. Click on continue. Now here you have to write your name. I don't want any kind of spam emails, so I'll just uncheck this box. You can change your time zone. You can add your avatar, which is basically a profile icon. Click on browse or drop. I have uploaded my image here. We can always select the size. Now let's, without wasting any time, click on submit. I'll click on updated count. It will ask you to set up here a project. So it's basically, you can see here, you can just rename it. So I will just rename this group name. So I'm just right here, Filex group. Right? And once I do this, you can just write your project name. So I will just write here, PH project 1. Now you can invite your colleagues. You can invite your team. By the way, if you don't want to do this, it's fine. You can just leave an hour later. You can also add project descriptions. So just come and click on here. This is my test project. Right? And just go and click on homepage. As you can see here, it is 14-day complete free trial. And it's free here. Let's click on homepage. Now here you can see, here you can select from homepage project boards, task boards, and everything, which I will show you. Right, calendars, ideas, board, and reports. You can record and hide show boards to your likings for the word, right? And there's a lot more. This is a chart section. Now this is your profile icon, which I'll show you later. Totally right. Now this is a quick add. Now this is a bookmarks, and this is a notification bar. This is a work section, and agendas and everything, right? So on the left side, you can see here, this is the project which you created, right? And let's go one by one here. Now this is our dashboard or home, whatever you can see this. Now this is basically all these projects which we are working on. So simultaneously, you can work as many projects you want, right? So this is the project group which we created. And inside that Filex group, this is a project number 1. I can just keep going and creating more projects. And I will show you how you can create Filex groups and everything here. Now this is, you can call this is as a, task board, which is basically a to-do layer stand where your team member is working on which section, which part, what the work they are doing currently. So we'll have a glance over the dashboard and you will get a complete idea of where your team members are and what they're doing. And this is a calendar, so on which day your team member is working, whether they're on a holiday or they're on leave, it's a weekend or not, where to progress. And you can check it once your upcoming task and you can just make your task from here. And this is widgets, so you can create a widget. I will show you later. There's something more, which is basically reports. The report is through very powerful tool, which will give you complete information what is happening inside your dashboard. Now this is a manage board, so you can manage your boards. So boards is basically, you can see it is a shortcuts. Now let's say report is important to me. I will just make it to the 3, right, and click on save. Now you can see here, it just got changed. So this is just for normal. You can customize it up. We have our features to customize. And this is here, oh, by the way, you have to choose a project. So this is a Filex group. So we can just create more, but I think for that you need to buy a subscription. So let's say this is a project 1. Inside a project, once I click on it, I will able to see task, discussion tab, calendar tab, and files tab. In the task, let's see my team is completely on video creation. It's a content creation, right? So I'll just write here, task list here. Now let's say what's the title. So I'm just right here, make a script on Voodoo application tutorial. Pretty simple. I can write a description here, make sure it is 100% correct. You can just write a description in more ways that your team can identify. Here you will find this option, which is basically enter summate. So if I just go and click on press on enter, automatically the task has been done. But here there's a much more options. So I will just create a new task and I'll assure you. Right now, let's say make, let's have this right here, record our video on Voodoo. Right, and here you can see, I can just click on full form. Now this is open in a complete and new tab here. Our description, right? And who's going to do this? So let's say I have a recorder or a video editor, or the scriptwriter is, the script is going to scriptwriter. Say everybody in your team has a set of responsibility. Now you can assign them. So that's a reason, while making the account Freedcamp, there is an option to add a member, but you can add the member letter too. It's fine, but once you find it, so this is only once I'll select you. What's the start date? So obviously, let's see, it is going to start from today, and it should be completed by 15th of May. Right now, what's the status? So right now it is in the no progress, right? And we can set it the progress later. And this is a followers. So you can set it followers. Let's say followers are basically your team member. Now let's say a script writer, but there's a head of script, right? A head of script writing. So you can add them as a follower so they can have a eye at what is happening with this specific topic. You can create a subtask, right? What is a subtask? Let's say recording a video is really a big topic. For that, first of all, I just want to make sure that the other small tasks should be done. So let's say make sure, I will just write here, clean the studio, That is a recording studio. And this is basically, I think I have to create on here, right? And share, you can just go and click on create subtask. That is pretty easy, right? And you can add a subtask, right? So let's say you have added some of the task here and you can just add a subtask. That is pretty easy thing to do. And you can just go and click on attachments. You can attach some of the documents, links of voiceovers, right? Voice notes. And these are from Google Drive, OneDrive. You can do this. Now there's a recurrence. So what is recurrence? Let's say this task keep coming or keep happening every week. So you can select here whether it's a daily task or whether it's a weekly task or monthly task or something like that. And you can also, let's say it's a daily, so you can select your daily. You can select your weekly on which day. So it's keep happening, recurring on every Monday or every Tuesday of the week, right? And when it get end, you can also write here what's the occurrence day, right? Whether it happens up to every 10 day or every 12 day. You can even add a custom field. So custom field is basically like a template. So you can create your own template. Let's say I'll just write here, DP1. You can text here, you can add whether this is a currency checkbox or what is this is. So I'll just click on create a checkbox. Now I can just go and click on separate field here. Again, this is going to checkbox. I'll click on create template. Okay, so this is CH1, right? And this is CH2. Click on create template. Now automatically new field has been created. Now you can turn this on however you want, right? So this is really easy. Now let's say there's a lot of tasks you want to create. So simply click on create and add another. So you'll able to create a next task, right? And you can keep adding your different tasks to it, right? So let's say if you want to make a subtask of this task. Now, if I just go and click on here and just slide it towards the right side, you can see here it caught into subtask of this one. So if I just go and click on here, in this subtask, you will able to find this one task, right? Which is record a video. And let's say if I just remove this, and if I open the main task here, there will be no subtask section. So in this way, you can create a subtask and you will able to add it very easily. So this is a way to do this. Now you can just click on add a list. So you can add another list. So this is not a task, right? If you're just going to go and add list, no, this is not a task. This will make another list. Now let's have this right here, a list 2. Right, and click on create. So this is a list 1, this is a list 2. So you can create like this, right? And you can assign, you can drag and drop So pretty easy thing to do, pretty simple. Now let's say you team want to discuss on specific things, so they can discuss here. They can attach the documents, right? And this is basically follows icon, so even just follow them, right? And this is a title. So what's this follow icon basically helps? So whenever there's a movement on specific things, specific tasks, you will get a notification. So you can just check out, oh, so this is happening. So it's helped to monitor. This is a calendar. So now, did you remember I added a date on this topic here? So automatically it got added in the calendar section, right? And that's 7 to add on 29. So if I just go and click on 29, I can simply click on add task and create a new task on 29th of May, right? So in this way, you can do this and you will able to identify what is happening on each day or each month, each week, whatever it is. Now this is a file section, so I can just go and click on add different kind of files here, right? Upload folders, parent folders, and out of all of these things. That is pretty easy and pretty simple. Now here in the file section, you will find this option of search in subfolders. You can always click on it and you will able to search in folder. So this help you to manage all these folders in a very detailed and in a better way. Now this is a total sidebars. Basically, it helps you to move, but yeah, nothing much useful, but yeah, it's completely up to you. So this is the things how you can do it over your task, right? I will just go and click on my projects, right? Now let's go to the home here. Automatically it will show me what is happening in the work, and if this is some task is assigned to me, automatically it will show up in my home dashboard. So I will able to identify. Now you can see here what are you working on, so you can try to have at least one item in the progress. Now how I can just move this board into progress site. So by the way, before moving, this is a project. You can just delete this. I can manage project, archive, whatever it is I did and everything. If I just go and click on here, I will able to find this, our task here. Now let's say I can even array it and set priority. Now let's say this is an important priority, so I will just set it here, Miriam. Now let's say this is also a good important priority. I'll just put it into this high, right? And if you do any kind of mistake, you can always undo or redo this. This is a task. You can put a tag to identify or search it. In the three dots, you can add a subtask. There's the added actions. There's our copy scene thing, right? There's nothing new, right? And you can try splitting into the steps using EI. So yeah, you can add the EA. It's a time of EI. So EA is integrated into this particular, not in a very large way. Now let's say I'm working on this task, or let's say the given member is working on it. Your notification is on. So if the notification is on, it means that anything which is happening here, we will get a notification regarding it. Now let's say this task has been completed. So we'll put it here completed. It will show me on which date it has been completed and how much it is turned. I can even just go and click on summarize. It will, the AI will use all this information and summarize the entire information in front of me. Right, now if I just go to the calendar, right, you can see here, if I just go to the month and here, it is turned. So it is, if I just go and click on here, it would redirect to me, same thing here. Now let's say it's completed. Say the color will be changed and it is done here. It was in the recurring thing here. That's why it's showing me again, right? So if you remember, if you just go and click on edit thing here, it was in the recurring after every 7 days. That's the reason it's showing me here. Okay. Now, if I just move it to the next month, let's say this is the next month here, it will show up in the next one too, I think so. So this is really easy. Now, let's say if I just go to manage project, now this is some more features into Freedcamp, right? There's a milestone, so I can set a milestone. There's a wiki, there's overview, times, I can time tracking. That's a really important thing. This is an issue tracker. So if you have quota or something, you can just have, generally not just for the quota, but yeah, you can use it. And this is calendar planner is a new tool, so you can use it. If I just go and click on here, a lot of things are available, which I turn this on. So let's say this is an issue tracker. So we'll just write here issues. So let's say fix issue 1. And I can't remember any of the issue right now, but yeah, you can just add it. Everything you seem just like how you added the task, nothing new. Click on create and you will able to record it here. Now let's say if you're working on it or a given person is working on it, right? They can just kindly click on complete invalid review, something like that. So automatically the notification will send and they will be able to verify. You can always track your members. So let's say, right, for example, John is working in your team. So you can just write here, add John. Can you check this? Pretty simple, pretty nice. You can change your priority. You can change your status. And this is how it's basically work. Now, these are, let's see, 100 tasks or 100 issues, right? How you can fix this. You can just go and click on bulk edit and you can edit the entire thing. So that's a really thing. Now this is a planner. Planner is basically a to-do list here. This is a Gantt more. So if you don't know what is a Gantt, again, look like this. Now I can change the Gantt thing here. Let's say I want to change this here. I can put it bold way to slide it wherever I want. Let's say I am working on 15th in May to 17th May. So I can just set it here. Now let's say I'm working till 16, right? So this task should be done in 16, right? So again, check this out, and all these issues, all this task will be shown up here. You can zoom this, you can make it full screen. So pretty very basic information and basic thing here. I hope everything is clear here. Now this is a conversation, so you don't have any conversation. So we will just create here. Let's send this here, write your conver1, and you can add the users. You can add it all, just like how you create a WhatsApp group, how you create your Facebook group, Insta group, or let's a Slack group, right? So you don't need to juggle between. I can add my user, right? I can add my team. That is pretty easy. I can even do it for myself. That is a personal, right? So in this way, you can just create, the groups, and you don't need to juggle between different things here. If you remember, what is this basically, this tower? So this bar is basically the priority. So, the smallest one, it means low, the medium, and red, it means high priority. And it will show me how much task has been done. Say it's almost 90% done, right? It's green, take, it means 100% done. So this is a thing here. Now we will just go to the products. Let's say I want to create another project. I will click on our project, and I can just add another project, all right? Now here I can just add some of this information, color and everything here. Now let's say P2 filex, right? I'll click on create project. It has been added. I can add a description. Everything is same how I explained on the first project. I can reorder the projects now. Let's say a filex2 should be at the top, say it is at the top, right? Now this is how we can just save the order. Now this is how it works. I can just go and click on edit group. So let's say I want to edit this filex group. I can edit this right now. This is settings here right here, and I can also add a project from here. Now there's the templates. Now I can give the access, right? Let's say admin access, guest access, only read, only access, everything, right? Very basic information here. And this is a template. So what is template? Let's say I am into the marketing and I want something social media management. So it is here, and I can just use this. Say if I just go and click on here, and the three dots and click on create project from template, or I just want to view that how it looks. I can just go and click on here and check out. Oh, so this is the thing here. So template is basically, you don't have to make everything from scratch, right? And it is pre-built, so you can use this stuff, and this is how it works. And this is more, let's say this uploadable modules is a customer field and status, right? And you can change all this information if you want. This is a reporting tool. So let's just go and click on report. So you have to create a report. So let's say this is report 1. I want regarding project 1, and click on create report. So if I click on create report, it will show me how many tasks is when done. And so there is basically total task free, and only one task is turned right. And I can, this is not another report, is not in a boring way. Obviously, let's show me the bar and everything. How many tasks are into the progress, which team member worked, and which team member worked how, which team member how worked highest in the entire board, right? In the entire projects. So I can just check this out. I can even click on summaries. It will just give me a summary of every information here. It's time to create a new information about a different projects. I can just click on project 2, and I will able to create a different project, right? And I can share it with my investor shareholders and with my team, right? Now this is basically a task board. So I've already shown you this. This is a calendar, pretty much, and this is Widgets. So what is Widgets? Let's click on create. Now let's say this agenda of today, right, which your team want to discuss. I will just write here AG1. Now click on next. And here you can just add this more information, but not necessary. And you can create it. So let's say this is agenda of today, and I can just move it wherever I want. Now I can check it. Let's say I want to create a new, and I want to also add an issue 1. So I can just add it completely from here. So these are the information, really useful and easy thing to do, right? And this is basically the manage boards, which I've already shown you. Pretty easy to identify, right? This is a timer. So timer is a pretty cool thing, because here you can create a time record. So let's say this is some of the employee which you want to track them, how much they have worked. So just go and ask them to create a time record, right? And before starting the work, they can just go and click on here. Let's say this is regarding project 1, and click on create. So every team member need to, start the timer before working. And once we have finished the work, right, they will able to turn it off. So you can just go and click on this play icon. Now here you can see here the timer has been started. Even if I just close it, actually it's running in the background. So if I just go and click on here, it is active. Right, now let's say it is done. And you can see here, it is done. Now I can check it full screen here. Everything, what was the status, it will show me my activity, that on which project, what I have clicked, right? So you can just track it in a very good base. You just, if you have low trust issues between your team members and of this status is really good too. Let's say there's a freelancer working on a different continent in different countries. So this is a really good way to check this out. This is a quick add. So this is really useful tool. You can just quick add something where you want directly. So you don't need to just go from long stuff. Now this is a bookmark. You can bookmark any of the project or any of the page. This is a full recap. So full recap will show you the activity which is done by you, where you have clicked on which project and everything. This is a notification bar, right? So these are the things really useful, very simple, and I hope you understood everything. So if you found this tutorial helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more project management tips. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I would love to hear what you are using Freedcamp or answer any questions. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.